Hi guys, my name is Arafa and I'm bringing you the 16th episode of my F1 P24 Challenge series. In this series I start 24th on the grid on every race and try to get as far up as I can without using DRS or KERS. Today we're at the Indian Grand Prix, the Buddha International Circuit. It's got two DRS zones, one pretty long and one down the pit straight which is shorter. We'll have to try and take a lot of advantage here because the AI are very bad at braking at the very end of the straight. Tyre wear is high, so we're going to have to look out for that because it has been a factor in this series so far. Brake wear is medium, downforce is high, so we're going to have to set up the car for sort of high downforce, but I don't want to set it up too high so that we are disadvantaged on the straights. And it's a 3.2 mile circuit. And the last sector, because this is the first time Codemasters has made this track, I feel the last sector isn't amazingly made, as in, like, they've done a good job, don't get me wrong, but I just feel they could make it a lot better for F1 2012, and I hope they do. So let's get straight into the video. Alright, so we've got Lutzi on the left, Glock in front of us, and D'Ambrosio to his left. So 5 lights, and we're off, and pretty good acceleration there. We're going to power past Lutzi. We're going to go through the Virgins, split them. Chris K on the right shouldn't be a problem. We're going to split the Caterhams as well. Barrichello on the right, hitting Perez tiny bit. We're taking two Toro Rossos right there and Perez. We're going to go around the outside of this corner into the inside of this corner. We're going to take the two Williams and Kobayashi and one Force India. So now Petrov, we've changed to mix 3 to get the fastest car we can. We're going to try and just power past him on brute speed. Just going to check that we pass him here, and we've made that pass done. So now we're up to 8th, Hamilton 7th. We're going to take him now into the middle. Late braking there, a bit too late. Hit Schumacher a tiny bit, but shouldn't be a problem. We're 7th now, Schumacher 6th. We're going to try down the inside. Let's see if we can do it. Had to back out a tiny bit. Didn't want to get a penalty for crashing into him. So now, and Schumacher slowed down there. I hit him a tiny bit, but that part of the track's really tight, and I had much better acceleration than him. So we're 6th now, so Webber in front of us. There's a 4/10 gap, but that's probably decreased by now. So we're going to squeeze him out, and Webber went out onto the grass, and he's kind of gone off the track massively, but that was basically his fault, because he knew I was squeezing him out. So that's another thing, the AI are a bit stupid on this game. They need to improve that they need to understand if you the player are trying to squeeze them out off the track, they should they should have the intelligence to back out and just fall behind you. So now we're up to 5th after 2 laps. So Massa's right in front of us. So massive, we got a massive massive time on that one braking zone. So we're looking at Massa now. So he's behind us, taking him that's pretty easily. But we've gone really wide onto the rumble strip, and Rosberg's steaming ahead of us, but we should be able to catch him up. This is a really, really long straight. Usually you can max out 7th gear every single time, even without DRS. And we've gone faster in that sector, even though we went wide on that corner. And we were looking at Rosberg. I was thinking about it, but then backed out of it. Didn't want to have a crash there. So we're 4th, doing pretty good. I think we might be able to challenge for a win here. We have to see. We have to get past Rosberg as soon as we can. Went a bit wide there onto the grass. This is the sector I was talking about that Codemasters need to rethink on 2012 game. I just think they need to make it a tiny bit wider, especially on that place where I just went wide. So we went 5 seconds faster in that sector. So we're 6/10 behind Rosberg. Coming in here, we're looking at Rosberg now, going pretty good here. So I think we'll probably look at him on the pit straight, maybe even to this corner, Getting nice traction off. We're a tiny bit wide onto the apex, and we're going to try and take Rosberg into this corner at the end of the pit straight. We went far. I think that's probably going to be the fastest lap of the race so far. Looking at Rosberg there, looked on the inside of him, backed out of it, and yet we went fastest on that lap. So we're looking at Rosberg now, diving down the inside. Got onto the marbles, locked up the right tyre. He squeezes out onto the apex, but we're going to accelerate. We've got DRS available. Obviously, we're not going to use it, but still. But Rosberg is steaming ahead without me using DRS. But we're gaining an advantage now. We're trying to max out at 7th gear here. Didn't max it out completely, but we did pass Rosberg. We're just taking the natural line in. Didn't need to be defensive. I think we had that move done pretty easily towards the end. So now we're 3rd, looking at Button now. It's the 3rd lap out of 6. Coming into this twisty section. Go a tiny bit wide again there. That's the part where they need to make it a tiny bit wider, I feel. So looking at Button now, he's second, and then Alonso out in front. And I really think for this series, Alonso will win the championship. I mean, he's been like first a million times, but hopefully I can get somewhere near. If I get third in the championship, I'll be really happy. If I get fourth, then that's a pretty good job. Considering from 24th every single race without DRS and Kurz, I mean that'll be pretty flipping amazing. But I mean it's not like anything amazingly impressive because this is not a full-on simulator. It's a game, but you know it's a bit of fun, and you know to my standards I think that's pretty good. So Button now is 1.8 ahead of us, but I think we're going to close that down in this next braking zone. Locked up a tiny bit on the right there, had to correct my oversteer. So we didn't get amazing acceleration off that corner, but I think we should be able to catch Button up quite a bit in this braking zone. As I said, the AI are really bad at braking into this, so we were 0.3 faster in that sector, so that's pretty good. Button's still 1.6 ahead of us. So we need to pick up the pace a bit if we want to challenge for that first place, because he's right behind Alonso. So went a tiny bit wide there, had to decelerate a tiny bit. Try and stay on the track here, don't want to go wide again. And it looks like Button's catching Alonso fairly well, so I think that's why the gap doesn't look like it's decreasing, because we are going faster, but I think Button's going fast as well, because we just took about 0.6 out of that last sector from our previous lap. So coming to the end of lap 4 here, and it looks like we have caught Button and Alonso. Both have slowed down a tiny bit. Just coming through, don't want to get too wide here, took a bit too much of the apex there. So coming up to the 5th lap now, we've gone fastest again, fastest lap, and the gap's only down to 0.9 now. It's probably even less now, locked up a tiny bit on the right, went a bit wide here. Let's see, okay, we went fastest in that lap. Looking at Button now in the middle, diving up, hitting his side pod a tiny bit. And Button seeing ahead, he's got DRS open, I don't, I'm not allowed to. But let's see if we can catch him. Nah, it doesn't look like it. He's pretty much just there the whole time. 0.2 is the gap. We're going to try on the inside, going to brake really late. Locked up on the right there. Because we locked up on the right, couldn't get the acceleration. But we're going to accelerate past him now, and he shouldn't be able to try and take us here because that's a silly move. And we went really wide there onto the grass twice, but as I was saying, it would be a really silly move to try and go down the inside there, as I tried with Schumacher, and it would have been silly for him too, just as Hamilton showed against Massa in the Indian Grand Prix. But on that case, you know, there's a whole lot of controversy last year between them, but it looks like they've sorted it. It doesn't look like they've sorted it out. It's just that Massa is just like nowhere. So we locked up on the right there, going through this second last corner. Alonso, let's see what the gap is at the very end of this lap, and let's see if we've gone faster again. Coming up to the last lap here, guys, and we've gone actually slower by 0.9. I think that's probably because of my fighting with Button. So Alonso is 1.3 ahead of us. So looking into this hairpin here, let's try and gain a bit of time here. Tiny bit of a lock up there. Tyre wear is really being a factor here. I can see it physically on the tyres, which is strange. I never usually actually see a difference on the tyres really, but for the first time I am actually. It's a bit weird. But alright, we've gone 0.5 faster there. Come on, can we take him into this corner? Oh, tried it. He just got ahead of us, just squeezed us out. Going to try it. Fuel's low, but don't worry. We're going to be a big push. 0.5 ahead of us now, decreasing by the minute. Staying on the track here. Want to keep it nice and tight. Want to keep as close as we can to him. Oh, a bit wide there. I think we can probably take him into this swooping corner, or maybe even the last few corners of the lap. Went a bit wide there. Oh, taking a bit too much of the rumble strip there. Looking at Alonso now, only 0.3. His name tag's just like completely permanent there. We're so close to him. Going to try it in this corner. Oh, locked up. Got too excited there. Just got too excited there. I thought I could really take him into that corner. Locked up, went right. Locked up again here on the left. Oh, so close to first. Oh, it's a pretty good race here, guys. And I'll see you next time in Abu Dhabi. If you like the stuff, if you like the content, please subscribe and give it a like if you enjoyed it. I'll be an Araba, and goodbye.